Good morning, everybody. Today is May 2nd, and I'm going to show you way up here where I'm at. Bennington Road and Ash Street. Been a lot of talk lately on my page and some groups I've been in about Shiatown. Now, I'm wondering if that rock way out there, and it poured last night, and I want to show you the mud. All right, so it's muddy out here. So there's a rock somewhere or a plaque, and maybe the plaque's missing, and that's what I'm looking at, about the park, how this was the spot of the Capitol. Look at that tree. Wow, that's gorgeous. Let me see if I can. I have a thing for trees. That's why they call me Tree, huh? That is gorgeous. I wonder how old that is. As you can see, been a rough winter out here. Needs some cleaning. I'm sure. I actually talked to somebody last night about cleaning or being a part of the park. And you can rent the pavilion, which is over here. And we're going to go off that way. Seems a little less muddy. Did you see? Look at those trees. Look how old those trees are. Them are simple. You know, I always go on about Eagle Scout projects. This is one in the making of anything. I would reach out. As you see, trees need to be cleaned up. Things like that. But this pavilion's not bad over here. But, you know, we have this little gem right here in our county that we don't really think about. And we were doing an event in March. And we were talking about holidays, weird holidays that fall. And I said, well, that's the day that Shiatown was named the capital. Something could be done here. I meant, that bench is worn out. Horseshoes. They got a grate. That must be fairly new for the facilities. Yeah, honestly, it's a lot of work. It would be a lot of money. It's because it's, once again, Eagle Scout project that a bunch of you get together. And I'm going to assume that's the restroom. I don't see another building out here, and they said there was one. That would be great to build a second one. You know, Courage. This pavilion, I mean, the roof's a little dirty, but it looks good. As you see, there's trash here, so people have been here. The cement needs to be cleaned, swept. There's a rock on the table. Just a rock. Of course I look. Here is the information. If you're interested, it's like Shiawassee County Park rules. Parks open at 8 a.m. and close at sunset. I think I mentioned that in another video, that they close, there's no set time to close. They close at sunset. And then it says call 989-743-2222 to reserve the pavilion. So that's a Corona number. So that would be the county. So the county must own it. Look at that. Guys, this is in our own backyard. Oh, look. You don't want to go far. Like I said, it is very muddy out here. I didn't think about that when I left to come out here. All right, I'm going to swing back over the other way before I show you the other. Look at the old swings. I don't know what that wood is. There's some tables over there. Do you see the bridge? I'm assuming that goes to somebody's house over there. I will have to ask on that. I don't know that. Oh, I'm stepping on a stick. But this is simply gorgeous. Even I didn't know this was here. And this could be, and I'm just throwing this out, you know, they removed the dam, which was, I believe, right over here. My dad used to talk about when my oldest sister was little that they would come out here and they would go swimming, if you could believe that, in the Shiawassee River. So this side doesn't seem to be as muddy as the other side. But look at that down there. Oh, there looks like I will never attempt to cross whatever that is down there. But once again, like, look, there's a stick down there. A pathway could be made. Actually through here. Like, come where that tree branch is and around. Make a new bridge there. Like I said, I don't know why this wood's here, if something was on it or what. So I don't know if like a lot of that was underwater. I wouldn't think so by how big these trees are. Look at that one over there. Oh, and that building over there's got looks like a sunroof to probably help heat it. That would be my guess. Oh, look, some little holes. I wonder if something's been digging down here. But this side, so it must be this tree here. This side of the roof is really, really bad. It needs to be cleaned off. It, like, that could be, you know, some of that could fall on you in a windstorm, and we have a lot of them. But I'm not, like, not that the park's not beautiful, but this is just simply gorgeous over here. And I'm gonna walk back, and the grass is wet. You know what? We can walk this way, and just look at this. How lucky are we to have all of this in our own backyard? And how many of us even know it's here? That's what I like. I know, you know, I grew up with, you know, parents who talked about, like I said, come down here swimming. So they knew about it. But other than that, you know, you don't hear about it anymore. Oh, and so here's a light. It doesn't look like it's got a light in it, so it must have electricity. I just don't see where. I'm looking. We were talking about this last night because somebody said they had electricity, but I don't see a plug. Yeah, I don't. Unless a plug is on, I wouldn't think on that pole out there. So that's something we need to think about. You know, if you need a radio, you can bring a radio that takes batteries, but if you're having an event out here is what I'm saying. Like, and it looks like, and maybe it's just now for decoration. The handle's gone to do the pump. But it needs some work. I don't know. Like, we did a library video the other day about libraries and stuff, and I said that there's the Friends of the Library. And I wonder if our parks have friends. Like, you know, my cousin John's wife, Mary, said last night, they live in Perry, and they were talking about doing an Owasso cleanup. And she goes, no, I'll come clean up my own town. Well, absolutely. I agree in that 100%. Like, we've talked about it in other videos. It's yours. You own it. It's a park. Well, we own this too. And I'm sure they mow it. I mean, the grass would not look like this. Granted, it's early in the year. Still would not look like this if they didn't take care of it. So it's obviously getting mowed. But it's very uneven ground. Like, you got the hill, of course, but like as I'm walking, it's very uneven. So you've got all this empty space. A nice playscape could be built here. Another pavilion. I mean, like, if that's the only pavilion they got is over there. You know, maybe here. I think I hear a turkey. Another one could be built. And then, so I'm going to assume, and I could be wrong, if you know differently, hey, comment. Like, is this damage from the winter, like, storms? Or, like, look at this. Just look. Probably an animal in there that lives now. Look at all that history this tree has seen, and it's still going. I'm gonna pan back. Like, this could be, I don't know if we even put it back. Well, it's still on the ground. It could possibly grow back. Does anybody know what that is? Is it a pine cone? Is it? Oh yeah, probably there's some more. These trees are cool. Very tall, thin. There's a bunch of them. I mean, look at the old slide. How many of you remember playing on these in shorts and burning your legs or something like that? Yeah. But see, there's a swing set out here and there's a swing set out there, but there's no pavilion over here. So if your kid's gonna play, you're gonna want to be close. So like here, and I think I've said it in previous videos, they haven't started cleaning up yet. You know, it's May 2nd. It's cold out here. It's 48, which is not bad compared to what it's been. But yeah, these are some really old swings. You know, they look like they could use some soap and water. I don't know that the county does do that. Like, do they come out? Oh, there's monkey bars, I think. There's at least the go up. I'm stuck on a stick. I don't know if you can, if there's bars up above. So let's go check that out. I'll tell you this, mine has a lot of sticks down. The ground is wet, but it's much cleaner ground than, say, like Kerwood Castle Park. Kerwood Castle Park, oh yeah, it does have the bars, has a lot, and I mean a lot. It's a little crooked, but of so like, I got a stick stuck on me now. Because of the ducks by the river and the geese, there is a lot of, and people let their dogs in there too. That looks like it belongs to something at some point. Oh, look. There's a robin just sitting over there on that tree. So people walk their dogs through there and nobody cleans up after them. Like a couple weeks ago, we were over there and it had rained a lot. Like, not heavy rain, but we had like a day rain. And it smelled so bad. Like you were at the horse barn. Hey, check out the Charlie Brown car. A little side note there. This I'd come over to this. This monument is placed here to honor the men of our community who fought and are fighting to preserve our freedom. That is awesome. That is awesome. I know the Sons of the Civil War, which is no longer here. I believe they disbanded. I mean, the state still has them, but the Corona group, just like I mentioned in one of my other ones, the Civil War group of the girls, which is the Daughters of the Union Veterans of the Civil War, 1861 to 1865, they disbanded because they were all older. And we still see each other every now and then, but well, more than that, you know what I mean? But you know, they didn't want to be out at night and going to meetings. And then you have young people, and I'm not young, who you know, work. So we don't have the option to meet, you know, during the day. I stepped on a stick. But you know, it's just little things like that. But there is still a state Sons. You know, they should be putting a flag. Somebody should be putting a flag out there. And now it's the beginning of May. So they have time if they're going to do it. I don't know what this pole is. Here's a bell. And I don't know if that was part of maybe a school, if it was part of a church, or if it was part of the Capitol that was here. We got a little tree here starting to bud. Let's take this off. And we're sinking in the mud. And then you've got this Shiawassee Square. This square of land was set aside for public use when Shiaitown was platted in 1837 in hopes that the capital of Michigan would be located here. Erected by the Daughters of the American Revolution Shiawassee chapter, June 14th, 1926. So next year, this will be 100 years old. And then it says this bell, the bell was removed from the Shiawassee No. 1 school, which was in session from January 1857 to May 1962, and was placed in the park by the committee of Shiawassee, Michigan. The school's property was given by Abner Gould and his wife Jane in January 1857, rededicated in 2020. So Eagle Scout project again. This is a little rough. Something, you know, and I'm just looking around the park. There's so much stuff. This is an honor to have this in our county. And it's something, you know, like I said, some Eagle Scout project, you know, should that bell be out in the elements? Maybe not. Is there a way to enclose it where everybody can see it? The same with the sign and the rock here. Could they build a new platform and maybe kind of enclose it a little? Not my wheelhouse. I don't know how to do that stuff. It's just an idea. Here you've got this giant tree. Oh, it's not giant like the others, but it's quite large. And you've got roots coming up. So, why does this look like that? Oh, it's part of the tree. I wonder if somebody was mowing in, kind of hit it. But here, I didn't see it says West Park. There must be a sign at the other way coming out of Vernon. But it's very beautiful. It's an honor to have this in our community. And it needs to be taken care of because it's gorgeous. It's just simply gorgeous out here. So if you get a chance, you know, I gave you the number. Call the number, reserve the park. Have your event out here. Let's make this park what it should be. You know, at some point I'm going to do a video of Henderson Park. That's another one that's kind of a nice park, or last time I was there. I know my brother-in-law has his family reunions out there, but things like this are just gorgeous. You know what? I think I said walking along the Shiawassee River, which we're along the Shiawassee River, and you need some quiet time, come sit out here. I can't tell you, other than my motor mouth running, there's birds chirping, an occasional car come by. So, and it seems to be a busy corner because it's Bennington, and does that turn to Palmer there? I don't remember. But like, I come in on Bennington Road, which was just an absolute beautiful drive in. And then, so I come around here, and I think that's Biltmore or something street to come into the park straight off from Bennington. But you'd make the curve here, as you see, you stop on Bennington and here, and then those coming off that street do not have to stop. But they're working on the bridge that crosses the Shiawassee just over here. If you get a chance, come out, visit this park or all our parks. That's kind of my goal, is to kind of hit quite a few of our parks. But I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.